What's up, everyone? We're back with another one of these definitive roster videos. I had a lot of fun making one for Mortal Kombat at 12 a few months back, and I figured why not do one for Dragon Ball? Like, as a lifelong Dragon Ball fan, I feel like I have more knowledge to be able to do one of these lists more accurately than I would say a Mortal Kombat or a different type of game. But with Fighterz out and Fighterz being super popular and the roster in that game's already great, but we're just gonna be blunt about it. There's too many Gokus, way too many Gokus in that game, and a little bit too many Vegetas as well. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna show some love all the way from original OG Dragon Ball all the way to Super with GT and Z mixed in, and we're gonna have some fun with it. But obviously we're gonna knock the obvious picks right out of the gate, and then like the second half we're gonna have some fun with it. So like Goku, keep him in there, obviously main character, keep it Super Saiyan form. We don't need base Goku. We don't need Blue Goku, just Super Saiyan Goku, and then you can treat him like they do Frieza in Fighterz. Use the Super, he turns blue for a little bit. You use the Super, he turns Super Saiyan 3 for a little bit. You can tweak and put these other Gokus in there without actually taking up roster spots. I think the only two Gokus we should have is that Goku with some install supers to transform, and then UI Goku, just because he plays different, like pretty much between like Super Saiyan Goku and Goku Blue in Fighterz, they kind of pretty much play the same. Even like base Goku, they all like have the same normals and stuff with a little bit of variation on their special moves and their supers. But like between Super Saiyan Goku and UI Goku, you have your two Gokus. They play very differently, and you don't have to waste 7 roster spots on different transformations. And then, especially now that we're talking about that, you throw Vegeta in there as well. Do the same thing with them. You have going to Blue for an install super or something like that, or hell, even if you want to start out with either base Goku or Vegeta, and then you install super into their different forms. It's easy way to knock it out. You're not wasting more roster spots. And just like with Goku, and then you throw Vegeta Super Saiyan Blue evolved, and then you can treat them the same way as you would with UI Goku. Vastly different moves, although we really haven't seen evolved in action that much outside of the Tournament of Power, or if you're looking into the manga. But you know, have some fun with them. These are all the Gokus and Vegetas we need. Nothing else. And then obviously you throw Trunks in there. You get adult Gohan. Where's he? And then Teen Gohan. So you're knocking all these mainstays out that you know you need to have in there. That's why this part's going quick. And then where are they at? Then obviously Crillon. A lot of people loving him in Fighterz. You throw him in there. Now, technically, these next few, you can claim them as Goku and Vegetas, but they are technically different characters, different movesets, you know, all that fun stuff. You throw Bardock in there as well, Vegito, and well, I made an oopsie on my list. I don't have his picture, but yes, you throw Bardock, Vegito, and Gogeta. You knock those 3 in there. Gogeta, like, even though he's not as, like, technically one of the best in Fighterz, like, I love using him. He's super fun to use, and his moves are all flashy. Like, you need to keep characters like that in these type of games. Then you do Frieza, Android 16, obviously. Then you can't have 16 without 18. Now, yeah, we're gonna nix 17 off of the list, because it was good enough for 18 to have him as an assist. These two fight as a pair, like they're together all the way through, like the Android arc in Z. It's like, you have him, keep him as an assist. I felt like it was a wasted roster slot in Fighterz to bring him in when he's already technically in the game as the assist character for 18, and they work better together as a pair instead of, oh, now he's fighting on his own, even though you can use like another character to bring him in. It's kind of weird, like when you're fighting a team with Android 17 and 18, and 17's in the back, and but yet she's still calling him out for assists, and then you can do another 17 assists. It's real weird. I'll move this over a little bit. Can't see him. There we go, much better. Now you can see the roster. But then obviously Piccolo, we gotta keep Yamcha in there. I've recently picked him up in the last few months, and he's quickly become one of my favorite characters in Fighterz. Like, you need to keep Yamcha. You can't take him off the roster. And then we gotta throw Fidel in there. I know a lot of people, like, she's kind of bottom tier in Fighterz, but she's got some cool moves. Like, she's doing some flippies and some dippies, and for some reason, anytime I come across one online, I lose because I don't know how to fight her. But like, tweak her a little bit, make her moves a little bit cooler looking, and I think she'd be pretty solid with a little bit more tweaks. And then we got Gotenks. As much as I do not like the character, he needs to be in there, obviously. Kid Buu. We're not going to have any of the other Boos in there. We don't need Fat Buu. Just keep Kid Buu. We're good. It's the only Buu we need. And then obviously Tien, Appa. We gotta like keep, like, yes, his head's cut off in the picture, but we gotta keep some of the older, like, beginning arc characters, even though they're sort of like technically weak in the span of the whole lore of Dragon Ball, where power levels have gotten to a stupid, obscene level. Like, Nappa's pretty cool. I like the Cybermen attacks he does and all that stuff. And then, of course, Beerus. And then, here's another switch up. We're going to keep DBS Broly in there and not Z Broly, because I think Super Broly is actually a lot more cool of a character than Z Broly. His moves are awesome. Like, the devs over at Fighterz have done, like, the Hulk archetype character. Like, this is the best type of, I'm just gonna pick some dude up, throw him around, smash him, throw him against the wall and scream at him. It's out of any game, like, that is what you do if you want to have like a big hulking smashy type character. You look what Fighterz does with Super Broly, you copy it. That's all you need to do. Then Ginyu with all his assists. There's a couple more. Hit's a lot of fun in Fighterz. Like, he's awesome. This character's great. Keep him in. And then Goku Black. Okay. I lied. Here's our other Goku. But Goku Black plays way differently than regular Goku. His moves are real cool, like with the Size Super, and just the pink on him is fantastic. I love that color on him. Then Janemba, throw him in there. He's really cool. I liked what they did with him in Fighterz. And we're actually starting to get to where we can have some fun now with this roster. We just got a couple more where it's like, oh, duh, we're pretty much recreating the Fighterz list. But when you have all these characters that have already been included that are really cool, like, you gotta put them in again. Like I was saying, like, the final, like, third of this is where we're gonna have a lot of fun. So, yep, Cooler, obviously, he's another fun, like, throw people around, smash them. Not as cool as Super Broly, but he's pretty up there. I think we can finally get to have some fun. We finally get to have some fun. This is where we're getting weird. This is where we're getting weird, everyone. Alright, so the first one, Raddatz. Yeah, he's a jobber. He's kind of dumb. But I feel like they could do something cool with him. And I would love to see, like, a game like Fighterz where, like, him and Goku and Piccolo, they're all fighting each other. I think it's something that, like, you need to have some, like, kind of like, oh, I wasn't expecting that type character, even though Raddatz kind of is, but you need to have some odd ones that you, like, necessarily wouldn't fit with the roster. And then, obviously, this one's, like, if anyone's like me, it's the most requested character. Actually, there's two most requested characters, and I'm sure just by me already saying that, you guys already know. We need to have Hercule in there. Throw him in there, give him his jetpack, have him do dumb, stupid moves. His level 3 can be like in the Budokai games where you give him a present and it just explodes and does a lot of stupid damage. Like, come on. Like, there's a lot of fun stuff they could do with Hercule, and he's one of the best characters. Show this man some love. And the other one, Roshi. throw Roshi in there. Like, he could have an install super where he gets super buff for like 30 seconds. It just starts like hammering down strong attacks and stuff. Or he could even beat people with his cane, like his level 1 or 3. He can like suck them into that jar with the word I can't pronounce, but we all know it. And then smash it or something. It's like Roshi and Hercule. They need to be in the game. I'm shocked they have not put them in Fighterz yet. It's kind of sad that they haven't, but they need to be in there. And then I know I was saying no more Majin Buus, but technically this is one, but he's really not. But Oob, I think they could do something really cool with him. Like, I like his design. He's a cool character. Like, they haven't done a lot with him outside of GT. So, like, we need to see these characters that we really haven't seen a lot come into Fighterz. Get some spotlight. Maybe find some new fans in the process. Now, speaking of GT, we gotta throw Baby in there. I think, like, they could also do something really cool with him. Like, the fight with him and SS4 Goku was really cool to see. Just another one of those, like, off-the-wall characters that they probably would never touch again. That I'd love to like see get some love shown, thrown in there. And then Omega Shenron as well. Like, that was it'd be really cool to see like one of the dragons in the fight. Like, there was some of the I know GT's not well loved and it is pretty much kind of poop, but it would be cool to like, they had some good ideas with GT. They just kind of fell flat, but the characters like between Oob, Baby, and Omega Shenron, I actually like those three, and I think they could do something really cool with them. Another one I'd like to see in that, I don't know if he's really highly requested, but I think it'd be really cool. Like, we're like some of the other movies are love to like see get some love shown. I mean, and mainly just because I love this character's design, but and his name. But we gotta show Bojack a little bit of love. Like, he's kind of like generic buff boy, but I think they could do something. Like, they have proven, like with Yamcha characters that I really was just like, oh, whatever, that I've actually come to really like enjoy with the way they've made him in Fighterz, and I think they could do something really fun with Bojack. Now this next one, I know like he was in kind of like a dumb filler arc, but like it would be really cool to see him, especially with his buff form, and that'd be Garlic Jr. Like, I would love to like just see a character like that come in. Just someone you really don't see a whole lot of. Most people are probably actually already forgotten about Garlic Jr., but like I was saying, another one of those weird off-the-wall ones. Like, just make the roster more diverse instead of like, here's 14 Saiyans and like 19 humans and a couple androids, and here we're good to go now. Another off-the-wall one I think they could do really cool and like have a lot of fun with it, especially with a couple of his abilities that I think would be really cool to do setups and stuff with. Be Deborah. I know it's probably not a popular pick, but I like his design, just to have like, as you can tell just by looking at pictures, and then we have like an actual like diverse looking cast now with like weird alien looking creatures and demons and stuff. And Deborah's spit, where he turns you into stone, I think could be like really cool, like for some setup moves. Like, you use special, freeze a dude in place, and you get a free combo on. Well, now we're gonna see, we're kind of going all over the place, just the way my brain works. But the next one I would love to see in is Kaba from Universe 6. Really didn't get to see much of him in action. I know he's Vegeta's kind of like apprentice, for lack of a better term. But like, it would be kind of cool to see what they could do with a Saiyan that's not our typical like buff boy Saiyans. Like, since the Universe 6 Saiyans are kind of like thin and scrawny, for lack of a better term. But it would be cool to like see what they could do with your not so typical Saiyan. And speaking of not so typical Saiyan, I overlooked this one, but yes, of course, duh, we throw Kefla in there. She's a lot of fun. They did her great in Fighterz. Keep her in there. Moving on. Speaking of like the Super and Tournament of Power, we gotta, of course, we gotta have Dispo. I always pronounce his name wrong. Dispo. I think having another like super speedy character would be really cool. Like he could probably turn him into like a super fast rushdown character, but he's kind of like a glass cannon since he's so scrawny and relies on his speed, and you just like beat him into the ground easy, but you're gonna have a hard time catching him. And since I failed to have him in here, of course we're gonna have Jiren in here again. They made him better throughout Fighterz because he was like one of the worst characters in the game before season 3, but you can't have a game like this without Jiren, sadly, even though he is one of the worst villains. Like, not even that he was bad, it's just lame. There was really nothing to him. And like, we're gonna round out the team. We're gonna throw Topo in there. You could either just have him in his normal form, his God of Destruction form, or you can make like Golden Frieza, like I was saying with Goku and Vegeta, turn him into a install super character where then he turns into the God of Destruction form, and he's super buffed for a little bit, and then it like wears off, and now he's like kind of weak because he's worn out. Something like that. I think they could do a lot of fun with at least those three, like Jiren, Dispo, and Topo. And then onto the Tournament of Power, like another character, Frost. I think they could do something cool since he's sort of like an assassin type character. You can have like a little like how he had the needle thing in his arm to like inject poison into the opponents. Like they could do some cool like sneaky dirty tactic type moves with them that I think would be really cool to see. Another off the wall character I love to see. We gotta show the Namekian some love. We have one Namekian in the game. I think we should throw Nail in there. Like, we didn't get to see much of him in Z. He was kind of just a protector of Guru. But it'd be really cool to like see some of these characters you don't really get to see fight, given a full move list, given some attacks, shown some love, and Nail would be perfect for it. Like, you can have him and Piccolo on the same team, helping each other out, you know, all that fun stuff. One of the few off the wall ones that probably no one thinks about that I think would be really cool is throw Goku's grandpa in there, Gohan, or Grandpa Gohan, however you want to call him. I think it'd be really cool to see him in the game. Like we don't need super powerful guy. Like, we can have a game with Hercule, Roshi, Goku's grandpa, the weaker type characters. Like, you make these games, all these games, like you have matches where it's Roshi's beating on an SS4 in like the Tenkaichi games or something. It's fine. Like, you can suspend your belief on, oh, Roshi would never win in a fight against like Jiren. It's like, yeah, well, that's a video game. It can happen. Throw Goku's grandpa in there. It'd be perfect. And then another Dragon Ball character I love to see, Mercenary Tao. I think like Dragon Ball doesn't get enough love, and it's one of the better of the between Dragon Ball Z, GT, and Super. Like, I would go, it's like either top 1 or top 2 at least between the four. And Mercenary Tao you can do some cool stuff with, or like even in like an alternate costume, you turn him into like his machined out cyborg looking form. Like, and like I've said multiple times, like, show the characters that don't get a lot of love some love. Like, I think it'd be really cool. Now these last few, they're really weird, but I think it'd be a lot of fun. Well, actually, this one isn't so weird. People have bem wanting them for a while. Throw Whis in there. I would love to see how one of the angels in the Dragon Ball universe fights. Like, what his moves are, what his supers are, like how he fights, how, like, would love to see him in there. Sure, like, I think a lot of people have been asking for Whis, or just even to see how the angels fight in general, either in the manga or movies or the anime. Throw him in there. Let him go nuts. Make him one of the strongest characters. I don't care. I just want to see Whis in there doing some work. Now this is where the off-the-wall ones people probably aren't even thinking about. Now these two, not a believe, unless you've played Xenoverse, you probably have no idea who they are. But Toa, yeah, you have Toa in there, one of the main bad guys in Xenoverse games. Like, their design's cool, not your typical like Dragon Ball looking character. You throw her in there, and then you throw Mira in there. I think they'd work as a good team. Like, just see what their attacks are, all that fun stuff. And then you take, along with the Xenoverse games, you throw the Supreme Kai of Time in there. We really don't get to see any of the Kai's fight. I want to see how one of the guys fight, and this is an off the wall one that I think would be really cool to throw in there. And then and we're down to the final two. And this one, he's a movie character. People have probably forgotten all about him. I'm mainly picking him because I love his design and how he looks. And I would love to see him in a game just like wrecking everyone, just flashy moves left and right, just unga bungas, doing it all. But Typhon. I would love to see Typhon in Fighterz. I think it'd be really cool, like, see that character fleshed out a little bit more. Like I've said, showing some love, just do something really fun and awesome with him. And last but not least, this dude has been, if you've been following the manga at all, this dude is all over the place right now. And this would probably be one of the coolest characters between design-wise, move-wise, just it all that they could throw in there. And that is Moro. He would be like, I would love to see Moro and like either give us like for one of the final DLC characters in this current Fighterz season, or make a Fighterz 2 and throw him in there. Whatever you do, like devs, it would be a shame not to use this character at all in Fighterz or Fighterz 2. Like, Moro has to show up somewhere, and it has to be soon. This character is so cool, it would be a waste not to use him. You have it, guys. That is minus the two pictures. We are missing Gogeta and Jiren because I'm an idiot, and when you have this many characters, you're trying to make sure you have them all. You sometimes miss a few, and that one is on me. But yes, this is the, in my eyes, the definitive Fighterz 2 roster list. I think like we have our usual mainstays, like I said, half to 2/3 of the roster. It's like, no duh, you do a Dragon Ball game, these characters have to be in there. But the final half to final third, I feel like they're off the wall and cool enough, like, and it really like shake up the cast, make it a little bit more diverse, and then give some people some more options rather than their usual human or Saiyan characters. But I'd like to know what you guys think. If you could make any changes to this roster, or if you could add any characters to the roster, let me know down below. I would love to see what kind of characters you guys would put if you had choice over the roster for a Dragon Ball Fighterz 2. And yeah, that'll do it for today's video, guys. I appreciate hanging out. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and you have a good morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time it is, wherever you are. I appreciate you spending your time to watch it. And if you want to chat more outside of the video, Twitter, Discord links, all that stuff will be down below. Make sure to hit me up, or if you want to chat with me live, I am over streaming 3 to 4 days a week over on Twitch. All that fun stuff is down below. And until then, guys, I will catch you on the next video. Peace.